The 2015 annual report is a culmination of a thoughtful and comprehensive process that includes details about service delivery plans, funding strategies, assessments, the corporation's operating environment, financial condition, progress plan. The annual report is the bookend of the budget. The budget describes the plan, the report describes the results. These results have been audited, and the auditors have provided a clean report on the financial statements in all material respects. They are fairly presented. In addition, the City of Regina has received the award for excellence in financial reporting from the Government Finance Officers Association for the past 23 consecutive years. Only one other city in Canada has managed that achievement. The consolidated financial statements present a number of accounting results and measurements, and while the information is presented in a manner consistent with generally accepted accounting principles, care must be taken in interpreting the said information in the accompanying reports. The audited consolidated surplus of $169.5 million for the year represents the excess of revenue over expenses for the city's operating and capital fund and its related entities. The related entities include those that are owned or controlled by the city, organizations such as the Public Library, Economic Development Regina, Downtown Business Association, Buffalo Pound, Water Plant, and the Warehouse District, and the Exhibition Association. The report includes both cash and non-cash items. So, for example, contributions of tangible capital assets, costs of wear and tear on assets, gains on portfolio investments, and consolidated results from the city's related entities. Included in the audited consolidated numbers is an operating surplus of $9.9 million for the general operating fund. It is important to note that for the $9.9 million, a significant amount of that is due to investment income that has been over the budgeted amounts the last couple of years. The surplus from the interest goes into a specific reserve which can be used to revitalize assets now and in the future. The remaining $5.1 million, as per policy and bylaw, go to our general reserve fund, which is available for general funding purposes. And with respect to the 1% property tax deducted for the residential road renewal program, in 2015, a total of 87 projects covering 19.2 kilometers of residential roadway were improved under the residential road renewal program with a budget of $7.5 million. The noted difference with respect to roads and traffic coming in below budget last year, a good portion, the majority of that reduction in planned expenditures related to snow removal, which we know was very minimal in the last half of 2015. Those are my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Thanks very much, Your Worship. I rise to bring forward said report, CR 1657. And after reading all of the report, it's pretty much simply the 2015 City of Regina annual reports from public accounts. Who's asked to be approved? Second. Pretty straightforward. We just had a good explanation of a fairly complex document. At the end of the day, this requires a great number of staff, a great number of hours of time in order to put something like this together. So we have a lot of confidence in our staff, and we know that we require that. At the end of the day, all of our reports like this are audited, and through our auditor have come through with the team built. So we're very happy with that. There were no issues through that auditing process, and there were no comments or concerns about management to those of us on the committee. So things are good. So for approval on the report.
Thank you, Councilor Murray. I'm just speaking to Councilor Fraser.
Thank you,
you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, thanks to everyone involved. This is obviously a mountain work. A couple quick questions. On page 64 of the report, we're told that we received $8 million less in gas tax than we were expecting. Anyone speak to why that was? Thanks.
Mr. Ray?
I'm going to call on Ms. Schultz to respond to that question.
Ms. Schultz?
Please. He's getting some help.
Very specific question. We have a chance to find information.
Through your worship, this is Laura Schmalberg, Manager of Corporate Accounting. This is due to how public sector accounting requires us to record the revenues. This is not based on a cash basis. It's based on what our auditors deem that our actual expenses for the year. And what happened this year is that we received a significant amount of revenue, which was not spent and therefore was deferred. Because it's deferred, we don't record the revenue. And we expect to have more revenue recorded next year as opposed to as compared to our budget.
Ms. Schmalberger?
Okay, thank you. One other quick question here. Page 83 of the report tells us that our current debt load is about $211 million. And page 86 of the report tells us that our current reserve level is about $236.7 million. So in the last few years, we've greatly increased our debt load, but we've also greatly increased our reserve load. And I'll just like someone from the administration to speak to kind of the mindset of why are we building these debt and savings at the same time?
Mr. Ray?
Reserves and debt. Yes. Your worship and members of City Council, just a quick comment regarding reserves, and then I'll follow on my peers. But the official community plan plans for us to have significant growth, and so reach a population of 300,000 over the next period of time. And to accommodate that, we'll have to make significant investment. And so we've been ramping up reserves the last few years to prepare ourselves for that. Regarding debt, I'll ask for Ms. Schultz.
Ms. Schultz?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As far as the long-term debt question is concerned, the majority of the long-term debt has been taken on for two projects within the city, the wastewater treatment plant and the stadium. So we moved to fund those. We took on debt in order to fund our portion of those. And when we look at the reserves, that's separate in that we've taken on the debt for those two main projects, and we've maintained our reserves for other assets, replacement, and revitalization within the city, not those major projects.
Okay, thank you.
Just a question for administration. Recently, we received a report from Standard & Poor's, the external bond rating agency, and that there's an overarching evaluation of our financial stability and comfort. Can you maybe comment on the importance of getting a AA+ rating, given the fact that we have gone into a higher level of debt, and explain maybe interpretation of what that rating means for this?
Mr. Ray?
Your worship, members of City Council, so the City of Regina recently received its bond rating from Standard & Poor's, and of course that's an independent rating company. And we're quite proud in a time of economic challenge or a bit of downturn, we were able to receive, our rating was held, and got some very positive comments from Standard & Poor's. We've maintained a AA rating that we've had for some time. This rating means that we can secure debt when needed at favorable rates. And one of the factors that was noted in the review was the strong financial management, a robust set of financial policies, including one for reserves, debt management, and investments. Financial statements are independently audited with no qualifications, and insightful management discussion and analysis. So very positive response that equips us well when we do need to borrow to get favorable response from the market.
Councilor Down.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A question to the administration, is this document going to be posted online?
The annual report?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it up there now? I'm just not sure. I didn't check online because I.
No, well, other than the materials for tonight's meeting, but once approved by council, there would be a communication plan to distribute that.
Perfect. Thanks very much. Can I ask as well, I heard the number 23 consecutive years. Does that include 2015 when this was recognized for the quality of work? Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I just want to say, I'm very pleased with what we get. I'm very pleased with the decision making. And when we sit down at budget time, what is here in this document is part of the consideration that we give. When we determined that we were going to go into debt, both on the stadium and the wastewater treatment plant, that was done publicly in this hall by a vote of council. And so there is no surprise there. And there was a long-term analysis of what that would do. In terms of reporting back, it is online, it is free to be discussed, and it is a public document. Just want to acknowledge staff for their efforts and thank them for the open and transparent policy that we have.
Councilor Down. Other speakers? Councilor Ray, can you take a chair? Floor is yours, Your Worship. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Mr. Ray just made a comment initially that it's important to emphasize with this council and previous councils. We approved the official community plan, which is based upon historically an aggressive growth plan for our city. The preparation of growth to ensure that we're able to meet the population needs, the infrastructure needs of our city. And if we're flat-footed and we're not prepared to put money into reserves, as one example, for our infrastructure, to meet the very nimble requests from the federal government of the province for infrastructure projects, we become flat-footed and we'll be unable to move forward. More direct taxation implication for us. So this is a very important element of the efficient community plan, and that informs our financial process. It informs our decision making through all of our committees, the executive committee, and up to council. So the rates that we have for our reserves, we now have a benchmark of a minimal amount and maximum amount that we have to should stay within the range of. If we have money coming in that's greater than that's within the maximum amount, we have a discussion with the council about it. That's why we're having that issue. So I think this is very transparent. In fact, I know it is, and certainly the discussions we have on all of our major projects are on the floor of council, in a public session. And discussions about our financial framework are always in a public session as well. So I do applaud the administration for the awards they receive each and every year, but maintaining our credit rating, handling higher debt, handling the preparation for growth in the future. That's, I think, why we're here, is to plan for the future. Thank you very much.